problem. The judges are the problem. George Bush is a phony through and through. His arrogance, his smirk, his condescension, his deceit turned off 60% of the American people. His failed Iraq policies ruined the Republican Party and his presidency. The neoconservatives destroyed the Republican Party and the conservative movement. So don't blame anybody but them for it. You can do whatever you want. Now, a so-called federal judge blocked a sex offender ballot initiative the day it was passed. This was not reported by the scum in the media, the vermin at the San Francisco Chronicle, the filth of the earth, the lowest of the low, the biggest deceitful. Why is every other newspaper firing the Deadwood except the Chronicle? What is wrong with the Hearst family? Are they stupid? Is the Hearst Corporation filled with the biggest idiots on the planet? Are the Hearst inheritors that dumb that they don't know what's going on at the once really fine San Francisco Chronicle, run by that doofus, Phil Bronsfeld? Don't they know that Phil Bronsfeld could not run a car wash, let alone a newspaper? A day after the state of California, the voters overwhelmingly passed a ballot initiative tightening legal restrictions on registered sex maniacs, a so-called federal judge named Judge Susan Ilston blocked local enforcement of a provision forbidding past sex offenders from living within 2,000 feet of a school or park. One rotten, stinking judge who should be in chains today. She should be taken out and put in an orange jumpsuit because she has done to the voters of the city what we are told the enemies of America would do, the voters of a state. You tell me that the enemies of freedom could do any worse, and I'll say you're a liar. The enemies of our freedom couldn't do what this rotten, stinking judge did. U.S. District Judge, so-called Susan Ilston of San Francisco, issued a restraining order against the provision of Prop 83 at the request of a sex maniac who pleaded no contest to a sex crime years ago. The proposition was approved by a vote of 70 to 30. And this rotten, stinking, dirty vermin in a black robe, Judge Susan Ilston, blocked the votes of 70% of the state of California. Now, you tell me that that's fair? You tell me that that's a democracy where a rotten, stinking, degenerate, perverted judge put in there by the sex maniacs of the state can override the votes of the state? You tell me that's democracy? If Osama bin Laden stole your vote, you'd know that it's time for war. But if one perverted, rotten, stinking judge in a black robe does it, you say that's a democracy? Why do you take it? Why do you take it? These judges are not gods. They're just people, but some of them